My dear brothers and sisters, today is the Wednesday of the fifth week of Easter, 13th of May. And we see after Jesus had finished his Passover meal with his disciples, he is leaving from the upper room to go to the Garden of Gethsemane. And on the way to the Garden of Gethsemane, again, Jesus started talking to his disciples about wine. And today we see in the Gospel of St. John, chapter 15, verses 1 to 8, Jesus is telling about true wine. And he is speaking to the disciples and telling or introducing himself as the true wine. And he is telling them, I am the true wine, and my Father is the vine dresser or gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. He's telling you are already clean, and because of the word I have spoken to you, remain in me as I remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. My dear brothers and sisters, Jesus is telling a beautiful story here. And furthermore, he is encouraging the disciples because he knew now he is getting ready to leave them. And though he leave, his work has to be continued through these disciples. So, he wanted to encourage them and strengthen them for the ministry in future. That is why Jesus is telling this as his last words for these disciples. He is telling, I am the vine, you are the branches. So, in order to be fruitful, you have to be interconnected. Just like I am connected to the Father and you have to be connected to me. Whereas a vine and the branches are connected to each other. If that connection breaks, then the branch cannot do anything alone. So Jesus is emphasizing and telling the disciples to be connected always to him. And through that connection only they can bear fruit. So, my dear friends, in today's gospel passage, Jesus is inviting all of us, not only for the disciples, but we are all invited by Jesus to be united and to be connected to Jesus in our life. So, let us ask the good Lord to help us to be united and to keep that connection always without breaking it. And also, in order to bear much fruit, we have to be ready to sacrifice. That is what the gardener does. Gardener comes and prunes all the branches and shape it as he wants. So we have to be ready for that sacrifice. And we have to be united and ready for sacrifice and ask the Lord to help us to be united to him always and throughout our life. Amen.